Hello, I'm Sandeep, founder of Ashika Financial Planners. I'm a financial planner by profession and I regularly upload videos on personal financial planning. Before we get into today's video, I request you to subscribe, hit like, and also hit the bell icon so that you are informed every single time I upload a new video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of writing a will. Many of us ignore writing a will, and some of us even look at a will as something that is unnecessary and something that can also be called as a bad omen. You know, I've had people telling me that if they write a will, then it means that they will pass away very soon. Well, I'm going to get to that in some time, but let me start quickly talking about the multiple reasons why writing a will is so important. Firstly, a will ensures that there is seamless transfer of your assets to your loved ones after you pass away. So if you write a will saying that my money in the bank account has to go to my two children in this ratio, my residential building has to be transferred to their name, it avoids a lot of complications and a lot of problems, and it's crystal clear, and therefore a very seamless transfer of assets happens. The other reason why the will is so important is because there are so many complications if someone dies intestate. When I say intestate, it means a person dying without writing a will. For example, if you have a property which is in your name, and if you pass away without registering it probably in your spouse's name or your children's name, then they're going to have a lot of problems doing the kata transfer. The authorities may insist on a legal heir certificate. They may insist on a court order, which may take a lot of time. You might have to spend a lot of money for lawyers. You might have to wait for many years for the legal heir certificate. Then, of course, this being India, you might have to grease the palms of so many authorities, and it gets very mentally disturbing to go through this whole process. So why would you want your children or your loved ones to go through such trouble if you're not around? So write a will, make it easy for them, and they will be grateful for you all the time. And of course, sometimes when you pass away without writing a will, and if you have money in the banks, and if you have forgotten to nominate someone, then the money lies unclaimed in the bank, and to have that taken out is again going to be very, very difficult. Banks do have the discretion to pay out the money to the legal heir even if there's no nomination in the account, but that's a very small amount, probably up to 50,000, maybe up to 1 lakh rupees. But if there's more money in that, then your children cannot even lay their hands on the money because there is no nomination, there's no will, and they will have to run from pillar to post. And I've seen that happen quite often with many people. So make sure, firstly, of course, you have a nomination in your bank account. And then nomination does not necessarily mean that the person, whoever is the nominee, is the actual rightful owner of the money. Say you have 2 children and you have nominated one of your children as the one who will receive the money in your absence. But as per the Hindu succession law in India, the money will be equally payable to both the legal heirs, and therefore it's important to make a will mentioning the percentage that you want to distribute to each of these legal heirs. Another reason why it is so important to write a will is because it helps you decide the proportion in which you want to divide your assets. Say you want to give more of your residential property to child number 1. Say you want to give more of your cash assets to child number 2. This writing a will helps you to divide that properly without any sort of misunderstandings in the future. And when I talk about misunderstandings, I come to my last point, which is when you write a will, you give no chance to any further misunderstandings or disagreements between your children. Quite often, you might have come across one of the siblings tending to demand a bigger share of the property, and maybe they may be some instances when the younger one doesn't agree or the older one doesn't agree, and this can cause a lot of friction. So why would you want to let your children fight over what you have left behind? Write a will and make sure everything is smooth or when you are not around. And finally, the point I made right at the beginning of the video, quite a few people tend to believe that if you write a will, you may pass away very quickly. Well, absolutely, there is no scientific base to this belief. Please remove that belief. Of course, there is a tendency to believe that many people subconsciously start doing certain things when they know they're going to pass away. They probably start distributing their wealth. They probably start talking to people whom they haven't spoken to long back. And these are some telltale signs that they're getting ready to move on to the next world. But, you know, it can be scientifically argued. And these things do not happen when they're, you do not get to know when they're alive. It is only after they move on that you tend to connect the dots. And it's not that you're going to know that you're going to pass away in a week or 2 weeks. Know it very consciously. Subconsciously, some people do tend to know, and we all believe in that. But if you write a will, it doesn't mean that you can accelerate your demise. Well, it's all, you know, our fate. And therefore, there's nothing that's going to happen to you if you write a will. The only thing that is going to happen is your legal heirs, your children, your spouse, whoever your legal heirs are going to have a smooth transition and will be very, very grateful to you. Well, I'm Sandeep. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and please hit the bell icon, and I will keep making more useful videos. You just need to support me for that. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you very soon.